good, everybody? It's your boy, the Mad Prince. Welcome to Echo 4. I'm gonna be your moderator for today. We have to get into some real shit. So go ahead and introduce yourselves one time.
It's Drea.
It's Booty Monique.
Time was off on that one, but you know what? We ain't gonna dwell on that.
It could have been worse.
She was gonna do
Oh,
it.
now you
You
niggas.
know,
Now you niggas want to talk. Now you niggas want to talk. All right, no,
I mean, Brittany always want to jump in. I'm like, go ahead, boo, jump.
I be trying to fill that awkward gap because I mean, you know, with Ken here, we just don't know.
Bro,
Last time you burped,
Bro, I would hate to play double dutch with y'all, bro. That's real. Anyway,
I'm not double-handed.
You know what?
I can't jump, so
She gonna be turning.
y'all just justifying my point. Anyway, so yeah, Marvel has an animated series. What If, takes a look at alternative versions of its more prominent characters. Yeah, this episode we're gonna talk about a very interesting topic. So as we know in the MCU, Black Panther is who he is. King T'Challa, all that in the bag of chips. I shouldn't have to explain that man at this point, but in this new series, in the alternate version of this new series, T'Challa is not Black Panther. You see, he was kidnapped from a young age by the Ravengers, led by Yondu. And so instead of Yondu picking up Peter Quill, he outsourced the job to his subordinates, and them niggas couldn't tell the difference between any sort of human, and ended up picking up T'Challa outside of Wakanda. So essentially Wakanda essentially T'Challa becomes Star-Lord. So the question is, which one is better? T'Challa as Black Panther or T'Challa as Star-Lord? I want to hear your thoughts, opinions, all that in a bag of chips.
Star-Lord. I'm gonna go with Star-Lord.
I need reasons.
Reasons because at the same age and time span, he did just as much for the universe that he did as Black Panther, just chilling in Wakanda.
All right, Brittany.
You know, when you phrased the question, and I was like, which one do I actually prefer? I do feel like he did a lot more as like Star-Lord, but him as Black Panther maybe I'm thinking about it too, like as an audience. That might be what I'm thinking about. Because like as an audience, it's like he meant so much as Black Panther. So I'm just, let me sort
He
this out.
means so much like Star-Lord. Nigga had fans.
I know, but like he was in Africa, like, you know, like he was in the motherland, doing shit in the motherland. So it was just like.
But that's the problem. The plot of Black Panther is that he was only doing it within the motherland.
Yes, I know, exactly. That's why I'm like, shit. I will say that I felt like he did more as Star-Lord, just in general, for the universe. Like, he was just out here doing good things, not hiding away in Wakanda. No offense. So I'm gonna say Star-Lord.
Star-Lord? Okay. Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Yo.
I thought you were something controversial.
You know what? Don't get me wrong. I fuck with Black Panther heavy though, but like T'Challa and Star-Lord, that is the sauciest nigga ever. Boy,
ooh, I want the jacket.
I definitely want the jacket.
Hey, you know what? I wish I had the charisma and like the sauce to just walk into a room and everybody just fucks with me. It's not about vanity and shit just like that. Cause here's the thing. Like, niggas got anxiety and shit. I got social anxiety to a degree. Not as much as I used to have when I was older, when I was younger. I kind of don't give a fuck at this point, though, but it's always still there. Like, I would just like to walk into a room and just like, yo, niggas just vibe with me off rip. That's dope. That's dope.
That is dope.
Good move across the board.
And don't get me wrong, like, you know, we all Black people, like, we understand the significance of like seeing a superhero who is like a Black superhero, but not like a typical Black superhero like Luke Cage or shit like that, who has to deal with like the kind of like kind of like the shit that we had to deal with in America on a regular basis. This is a black superhero who is a king in his own right, who rules his own country in the motherland. That's an entirely different mood. That's why like niggas, that's part of the reason why niggas like Black Panther so much, because it paints black superheroes in an entirely different light than what we're used to. But this motherfucker as Star-Lord, this shit is amazing. This shit is amazing. Like as more, because like I've said it like before in the past, like I prefer fantasy and sci-fi stories. I've said that shit before in the past. Look, I can't think of some shit of where like there's just like a black man gallivanting around the fucking universe just saving shit.
Never.
Never.
You know what? There's one case. I can think of one case off rip. That's fucking Captain Cisco, Deep Space Nine. Like that. That's how old I am, nigga. I'm 31. Deep Space Nine. Fucking Star Trek. That's the only time I really remember. Okay. That's the only time I really remember a black man in charge just doing shit across the galaxy, saving niggas and shit. That's the only time. Yeah. That's the only real time I remember some shit like that. Yeah. Yo. Wow. It's damn near 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the only time I remember that shit. So seeing like a fictional character, even like seeing T'Challa just being that nigga in any capacity, because you have to understand, Joe, like the whole Marvel universe was hinged on like a 10-year plot of like Thanos wiping out half of existence. This nigga solved the problem just by talking to this nigga. This nigga.
I'm glad we got on Thanos.
T'Challa just had words with Thanos, and Thanos was like, you know what, nigga, you right, I'm tripping, and he joined the Ravagers. Nigga, do you telling me that this nigga defeated a whole 10-year plot just by having words with a motherfucker and like just going into some other shit? No, T'Challa, yo, Star-Lord,
Black
T'Challa,
boy joy, okay?
Nigga, Joe. Beautiful.
And like, yo, Yondu can like effectively say, yo, nigga, that's my black son. Yes. Nigga, right? boy, and like,
man,
and, like
he made sure he got his baby back too. He like,
hell yeah,
right?
Even, I mean, don't get me wrong, Yondu clearly cared for like Peter Quill and Star-Lord and shit though, but at the same time, it was a different relationship because Peter Quill was a fuck up. Peter Quill did shit that Peter Quill wanted to do, and like you saw the animosity between them. And even Yondu was like, hey man, I know I'm the captain of the ship though, but you the fucking soul of the ship and shit. Granted, the context of that situation is a little different, and I'm phrasing it a little bit different though, but it's essentially what he says. Like, nigga, you telling me that this man can just walk into a room and niggas just vibe with him off rip? Boy, if that's not black excellence, nigga, Joe, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Seriously.
The fact that Thanos is a whole bro, and you can have a whole side conversation about, here come Mr. Genocide on his bullshit again. I'm just saying, y'all, it would have been effective.
You know, black people will clown your ass for a stupid idea in the minute. They're like, I know, because, you know, I made a stupid comment too, and I'm still being clowned after a month. So I know black people hold on to a fucking joke.
The Ravagers is a cookout.
Yeah, but Brittany, this is just endearment. You know that.
And that's what it was, man. He like, I tried to get this nigga, you know, therapy with his daughter. First of all, is Nebula and T'Challa fucking? Because I don't appreciate her being too familiar with, hey, Cha-Cha. I'm like,
I was like, fuck.
Shit, I'm
you
for
tapping
it. He probably hitting that shit.
I'm for it. I don't care.
I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, Nebula was cute.
Y'all telling, so y'all
I don't know about that wig though.
Wait. So y'all telling me like a saucy nigga just walking into a room, it's kind of like, oh my god, I kind of y'all telling me that y'all never had that mood.
I'm just saying, I think him and Nebula just been across the galaxy.
They sound like they was too real familiar.
No, because
I ain't gonna give a random saucy nigga a nickname. You gonna call him Cha-Cha. His name is T'Challa. You know him biblically.
No, you've been saying that shit.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, because you know what? If Captain Kirk can fuck green bitches, yo, like there's no reason for T'Challa to be like, yo, I'm trying to fuck the whole.
Probably treat her like a queen after.
Spectrum, Joe. I'm trying to fuck the whole spectrum. He ain't shit like that. And you know what's dope about it though? You know what's dope about T'Challa as Star-Lord, Joe? This nigga still had king energy, Joe, because that's how they treated this. They treated this nigga like royalty off rip. Like, remember that? Like,
he is.
Yeah, because he is though. But but that's what's dope about it though, because this nigga is clearly royalty, but at the same time, Joe, he never kind of fed into that shit. This nigga was just This nigga just moved through the shit like just as him. He was like, yo, you don't need to do that shit. Fuck that shit.
Even out of context, he was still respected. Yeah, he about to rob and shit like, it's Star-Lord, but you are royalty.
If you compare that scene in what was it, Guardians of the Galaxy, how Buddy reacted to like Peter Quill as Star-Lord versus how he reacted to T'Challa as Star-Lord, nigga, the difference is the difference is noticeable. Like, yo, I don't want to. Are we going to spy? Are we going to do that? What are we going to do? And then so that dude ended up getting killed in the MCU by Groot, I think. But ultimately, T'Challa was like, we can recruit this nigga, and he was just down for this nigga off rip. Nigga.
Yes.
Do you know how much sauce you need to have on the regular to just turn enemies and have them like just fuck with you off rip? This nigga recruited Thanos as a fucking Ravager. Are you fucking kidding me? The nigga
that's why he said I hire worse. That was worse.
Yeah, that was worse.
Nigga, like, yo.
Hire worse.
Why are you going to deliberate the world? All we really need to do is just redistribute.
Yes. And you know what?
I think I needed that. Like, but when I saw it, I was like, I needed to see this.
He didn't even need the purple flower. That was just him.
Right. That was just him.
He wasn't, he didn't even have the heart-shaped herb. That was just him being him. That was him just moving as he is, bro. That is the dopest in the world.
A nice touch that, Chadwick Boseman was actually voice acting for this, for his character. It just kind of like it made it so much richer. It made it like so much like more heartfelt. Like everything he said, I was just hanging on to his every single word. Cause it was a great episode.
I wonder if it felt refreshing to him, just that whole bit. You want me to use the gun? I don't care. You want me to use the gun? Just so how casual, different interaction, engagement. It's like, I'm sure he had fun doing this shit. He had fun watching it.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you know what's weird is because I've met famous people before at conventions and shit. And like there's sort of like, yo, like I remember who was it that I met? I met fucking Jay. As like, as in Jay and Silent Bob and shit, and like, yo, I like these niggas and shit though, but it's kind of like, bro, this shit is this shit. I'm trying to take out this camera and my fucking hand is shaking shit, and I'm kind of like, bro, this shit is dope. Yo, that's dope though, bro. That's dope. That's why I fuck with like Star-Lord T'Challa over like Black Panther T'Challa, because you know what, the thing with Black Panther T'Challa, it's not bad, but it kind of held with a lot of because T'Challa was kind of held back by tradition as Black Panther, because that's sort of like that's really that's a major plot point in that movie, of how T'Chaka, his brother, I can't remember his name. But how his brother, so how his brother was like kind of like wanted to run a revolution in Oakland of all places, but he kind of wanted to run a revolution like help black people because he saw like how they struggled and shit like that, and so like Wakanda always took a path of neutrality because Wakanda has never had like outside people come in and shit, and they so on and so forth. So that was always a major point, and so I felt like T'Challa was held back by that tradition as Black Panther. But as Star-Lord, this nigga is just moving through shit and just helping out anybody and like even Yondu said it himself when he came back to Wakanda. He's like, yo, your son is a galactic fucking hero. That shit is dope. Like, this man came back in his own right as that nigga. Like, you can't tell me that Star-Lord T'Challa is not that dude, bro.
Yeah, it was great.
That movie. That just sounds like a fun quest. Just any shit that he been in.
Just like to have a Black person out in space doing just amazing things.
Just a space opera, just doing shit.
I know.
I want it.
We always get really confined to like a certain situation, a certain part. And just to see him just out in the world, like especially like someone like me that just loved like traveling, and I love just like experiencing new things and cultures and all this other stuff. I couldn't even imagine if I had the option to go out into space and travel to different planets, I would. And I love seeing like him just maneuver through all of these different scenarios and planets and people and bring them together. And it's just, it was so amazing. It was, like you said, Will, Black excellent at its finest. Like, it was so fun.
So how much peer pressure does Disney need to make this a movie? Like, how much Black dollars does it need? I mean, people bitched about Black Widow, and they got that movie.
I already heard about the news about Black Panther, right?
Oh, about Riri?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear about it.
All right, so there's a character in Marvel called Riri
Williams.
Williams, yeah. So basically, she is the successor to Iron Man. So essentially, she's going
Ironheart.
Ironheart. Yep.
So she's going to be in the next Black Panther movie. Black Panther.
Wow, how did I miss that?
They gonna deck her out in that outfit.
Oh, cool.
She gonna get some Wakanda tech on that shit.
So I mean, so there's a good possibility that it's like likely that Shuri. Letitia Wright is going to be the next Black Panther, because like Shuri took on that mantle at a certain point in time in the comics, so she's probably going to be the next Black Panther, and Riri Williams is going to they're going to include her in some type of way as a successor to Iron Man, which is kind of which is dope, but it's kind of weird because it's like, yo, I'm pretty sure his daughter did something too, because Tony Stark left behind a daughter and shit though, but that's an entirely different conversation altogether.
I think on an emotional level, it's kind of weird to hear that somebody else would be the Iron Man successor when he invested so much in Peter Parker. Yeah. Sure, he's not Iron Man, but emotionally, that's what his next.
Yeah, but Peter Parker was a victim of the blip as well, so he's kind of starting off from the same place even 5 years after the fact. But we ain't talking about them niggas. This ain't about
excellence, goddammit.
Like excellence.
This is literally about the coolest nigga in the universe, doing shit, just doing shit and just being him, bro. Yo, it's funny because like a couple before they officially announced Black Panther, when I was still working at that I can't say the name. I won't say the name of the company. I was working at that clothing store and shit. And like we were talking about, I was talking with another coworker, like, yo, Marvel's gonna do a Marvel, they're gonna do a Black Panther adaptation, Joe, and Buddy was like, yo, who you think is gonna be Black Panther? Naturally, a lot of niggas who answered that question would say Michael Jai White, because Michael Jai White up to that point was the only major black superhero actor who played a black superhero, because of Spawn and shit though. But I'm like, nigga, me let me play Black Panther, Joe. Let me play Black. But after seeing this shit, Joe, I would rather be Star-Lord T'Challa, Joe. That's dope. Man. The kid came out on me like, yo, no, this is the nigga I would rather be. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting Black Panther though, but like just being, because I've seen plenty of motherfuckers I've seen plenty of like space operas. I've seen Star Wars motherfuckers traveling across the galaxy doing shit. I've seen fucking what was it, Firefly, niggas just being smugglers and shit. I've seen plenty of space operas of motherfuckers just going across the galaxy, getting like having adventures, getting into conflict, solving them shits, and just becoming a fucking hero. And like again, only like apart from one instance have I ever they never look like me. So even if this is an animated series, like even if it's an animated series, it's not live action, so on and so forth. Even so, like that shit speaks out to me. That speaks out to the kid in me who wants to be that nigga, who wants to be that motherfucker, who wants to be that black man, just moving through the galaxy, going, having adventures, exploring shit, and just having that notoriety, having that recognition, and just being that dude. And like y'all can't see it from the glasses. I'm kind of tearing up a little bit because that shit,
Yes.
Let me hit you.
Come on, let me see it.
No, because the whole concept is fucking beautiful, bro. And like that, as a black man and as a nerd, that whole concept is fucking beautiful. That's why like Star-Lord T'Challa, that's why I feel like that shit trumps Black Panther, hands down, bro. That's me.
I feel you.
You know what? When we go to the escape room, we should be the Ravagers. We should be.
Who gonna be Thanos? Who gonna be Thanos though? You know. The more I think,
we just need to have somebody to be Thanos. We gonna have to hire big bro.
The more that I think about it, T'Challa solved more problems as like Star-Lord than he did as Black Panther. Because they had Drax. They had Drax have a cameo. Yep. This nigga still had a wife and kid.
Like, I know. I was like, oh, these silly kids.
So it's like, bro. So basically, they just made T'Challa just that.
He's
nigga.
Black Jesus.
He's Black Jesus. He's literally Black Jesus, bro.
Black Jesus of the galaxy.
He was solving problems, family problems, world problems, all types of problems.
Man, Nebula and Thanos about to have a therapy session. He like, I'm just helping everybody. I tried to get them into therapy.
Yeah.
He got this now.
Right, he got this now. That killed me. I was dead after that.
Thanos got bamboo plants for all I care. Just,
Oh, good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just content. I love it. Beautiful. Like I said, how much we got to peer pressure Disney so I can get his first major heist.
Yeah, man.
First major heist.
Yeah,
that would be a beautiful show.
So essentially, I think we're all in agreement that Star-Lord T'Challa trumps Black Panther T'Challa any day of the week.
Period.
Yes.
Back.
Yes.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
There's a good chance I might rewatch that episode because that shit was fucking beautiful, bro.
I watched it 3 times already. I love it so much.
That made me feel shit I didn't think I ever felt. Like, so that's just me.
That's good storytelling right there.
As a black man and as a nerd, as a black nerd, that shit's just that was just fucking beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
So if no one else has anything to say, I think I do. Oh, okay, bet.
Just one. When we talked about that we want representation, this is what we mean.
Yes, this is what we mean, y'all.
This is what we mean. Hey, don't put like we not looking for like black people to be in like the whole stereotypical situation where they have to deal with a racist or some shit like that. We ain't looking for that, Joe. Hey, put black people in the roles you would put other white people, Joe. Make a black person a Jedi and make them the star of the shit. Make them like gallivanting across like some sort of fantasy land and make them shit. Like just put them in the roles that you would put everyone else in. That's representation. Don't put them into this sort of stereotype where they're like the magical Negro or some shit like that. That's not cool. That ain't
Stop
fucking
having
cool.
to solve social racial problems. We do that shit every day.
Yes.
Let us have fun.
Let us go on the different planet and solve some problems.
Let us do some shit.
Bro, let me tell you, bro. Let me be that nigga to go to another planet and just solve some fucking problems. That's why Star-Lord T'Challa is that dude for me, bro. Anyway,
yes, sir.
Bro, I'm still tearing up, bro. I'm kind of all right. Anyway, so yeah, if that's all that's going to be said, though, I think this is a good place to end this episode of Echo 4. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that. And this is Echo. Yeah, Wakanda forever. That's my niggas.
Wakanda forever.
Yo, hell yeah, let's do it. All right. So yeah, this is Echo 4 signing off. Deuces.
Deuces.